हेलो एवरीवन। हम लोग बात करेंगे पर्सनल इंटरव्यूज आफ्टर एमबीए एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स। दे फॉर्म अ क्रिटिकल component of your B school selection. Let's have a look at some of the common interview questions and how should you go about answering those questions. Fine. What do we understand of personality? When we say personality, is it our Facebook profile? Is it our Instagram profile? Absolutely not. It is who you are within yourself. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बहुत लोगों ने एक मूवी देखी होगी, चांदनी चौक टू चाइना। चांदनी चौक टू चाइना में टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द मूवी देयर इज वन डायलॉग जो बहुत काम का है। सिद्धू, तुम्हारे उस 1000 मूव से तुम्हारे प्रतिद्वंदी को खतरा नहीं है जो तुमने एक बार प्रैक्टिस की है, बट उस एक मूव से खतरा है जो तुमने 1000 बार प्रैक्टिस की। अपने भीतर उस एक मूव को ढूंढो सिद्धू। It is this one quality of yours that many a times differentiates you from a lot of your competition. Try to figure out that one quality. Try to harness that quality. Try to bring out that quality in front of that interviewer. And many a times you will succeed. Let's look further at some of the questions that are there. The first question being, tell me something about yourself. Now, when a question like tell me something about yourself is asked, normally you should prepare an answer that is around 2.5 to 3 minutes. Now, it should contain everything about. Please do remember, it's a 15-minute interaction. A 15-minute interaction, should it be negative? The answer is no. It should be a positive interaction, talking about your achievements, your accomplishments, your learning, and what are the things that you like in your life. Okay? It is a normal interaction between two people. Now we need to understand, when do we feel happy when we meet someone? When the person talks happily, has a smile on his face. The same goes for an interview. The interviewer is not someone who is a person from a different planet. He's a person similar to me and you. So what impresses me in another person is the same thing that will impress the interviewer when I talk on those lines. So when a question like tell me something about yourself comes, try to bring out the best of yourself. For example, what it should contain: your name, one; second, place, 2 lines about the place that you feel about the place. It is not a Googled answer. If you have lived in a place for 10 years, 15 years, you should know 2 unique things about the place, which I will find hard to Google. Family, 2 values that you have learned from your family. मम्मी से क्या सीखा, पापा से क्या सीखा, एक एक छोटी छोटी चीजें, 2 lines about it. Then comes your academics, what you have done in your class 10th, 12th, graduation, and what have been your academic achievements throughout this journey. Now remember, you don't need to be a class topper or among the top 3 of the class. If you have been among the top 15 of the class, also in a subject like history, and if you still remember some bit of history, perfectly fine, go ahead with it. Then comes your co-curricular achievements. Now, co-curriculars, when we talk in terms of, I'm primarily talking in terms of your NTSC, your Olympiads, something that has to do with the curriculum or the subjects taught at school. Extracurricular is singing, dancing, painting, drawing, all these activities. And if you have done something really well out there, be free to mention. Your hobbies and interests similarly become a part of your extracurricular activities. Do include them as well. If you like book reading, the books that you have read, go through the books. If you like something like a stamp collection and if you have an idea of it, if you can talk about it, perfectly fine. If you like cooking, perfectly fine. So there is no end to talk about things that you are good at. Feel free to talk. Your strengths, if you are a team player, if you can give some examples, relevant examples, go ahead. If you say you are perseverant, wherein you can show your perseverance. Sir, I failed initially in 2 subjects in my class 10th in my pre-boards. I worked hard the next 2 months, ensuring that I do not make the same mistakes again. I succeeded. A very good example. Role models in life need not be the persons who are extremely successful. It can be a Mahatma Gandhi, it can be a Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Definitely, yes. It can be your parents. It can be a common man whom you admire for his sincerity, his dedication, and commitment to work. Everyone can be there. Now, when I say why MBA, that also can be included into a tell me something about yourself. When I say why MBA, it is where do I see myself 10 years down the line? If not 20, where do I see myself 10 years down the line? Can I draw a straight line based on the strengths that I have, based on my interests, based on my likings, and based on a visualization? Where do I want to see myself? Now, when I say why MBA, if I have been a BCom student and I've studied all throughout BCom with no inclination towards cooking, my answer cannot be I want to do an MBA because I want to open up a restaurant. If I'm good at commerce and if I'm good at subjects to do with statistics and finance, can I say I want to become a finance manager in a reputed organization? That looks like a straight line. So do not go for something extraordinary. You may end up later in life, but for the MBA interview process, let's keep it simple. Okay? Now, let's have a look at some of the other questions that are asked. Some of the other common interview questions would be, what are your favorite subjects? Essential here that you pick up one subject from your graduation that you know really well. And if questions are posed to you in the interview from that particular subject, you answer that question. Now, your favorite subject should be a part of your academic achievements, and you very well say, if let's say I am a mechanical engineer, can I say theory of machines or a strength of materials? Depending on my strengths. If I have said theory of machines, if questions are posed to me on theory of machines, I should be able to answer them. Or if I'm working somewhere, I need to know about, let's say, if I'm an employee at Tata Steel, I need not know only about my work, my department, but Tata Steel as an organization. In addition to Tata Steel, can I also know about Tata Steel's standing in the current Indian steel industry as such, along with its competition, plus the steel sector as a whole globally and the factors affecting it? So we need to take not a micro view, but a macro view to things. More importantly, again, hobbies and interests we need to be very good at. So there have been instances when people have said, my hobby has been Bharatnatyam. I have been practicing it since childhood. An entire interview has gone on Bharatnatyam. People have said photography, and an entire interview has gone on photography. People have said global politics, and an entire interview has gone on global politics. Okay, current affairs is something that all of you need to be very well aware of. Like if I have to pick some current affairs topics, you can pick up very simply Russia, Ukraine, you can pick up Israel, Palestine, and a whole lot of other issues that we discuss in the next slide. More importantly, the next question, city state. Depending on the city that I belong to, I need to be able to talk about the city from my perspective and in general. State, the state that I belong to, its culture, its history, its heritage, and where is the state headed? What are its present beauties and characteristics? I need to be aware of that as well. Okay, fine. Thank common topics that all of you need to prepare on are issues related to Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, China, Taiwan, India and its neighboring countries. When I say India and its neighboring countries, we are talking about Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all these countries. Okay, we need to look at Indochina, LAC, BRICS, China, Tibet, sustainability, business with regard to India. Naxalism is again rearing its head. Delhi elections are around the corner. Olympics 2036, India is looking to host. All these topics and a few others, as mentioned here, are important for all of you. Go through the topics, and in case you have any clarifications or doubts, feel free to write in the comment box. We'll be there to reach out to you. Thank you. Have a nice time.